Hello budding medicos. Welcome to the first episode of SP with MH session where we shall discuss about the first semester exam preparation strategy. Unfortunately, we have to do this joint session virtually. Therefore, you will see Mojamel entering abruptly at some part of the video and me sometimes. But we thought we should come together to address your problems. We are getting a lot of queries from our juniors about how to study for first semester. In this video, we shall try to answer all your major queries, and grossly we have divided this video into a few parts. Here are these. So without further wasting your time, let's get rolling.
So hello, welcome to the session of SP with MH. So here I am asked to say something about the first IA examination. So here we can understood that being this is the first exam in your medical college, this seems to be something more important for you and you are feeling anxious for this exam. But don't worry anymore. The marks are not be considered in your final examination. So take it as a preparatory exam. Without talking about the preparation randomly, let's focus what you have asked to know about the semester preparation, which is now known as the first internal assessment. So first, let's move to the schedule. Let's just guide you some more. Firstly, before making a schedule, try to note some points in your notepad so that you can be focused and make your schedule properly. Firstly, count how many days you have before your exam. Next, modulate each day how many hours you can give for your preparation and makes from there your dedicated hour. For example, you can read about 8 to 10 hours a day with taking your online classes and all the study activities. Among that time, you can give 4 hours dedicatedly. So just classify it as this way. Next, choose a comfortable, airy, noise-free space for your reading. Now, after deciding that, you can schedule your total syllabus accordingly. Let's assume you have 15 days before your exam. So if you have already completed your syllabus, go on the revision of your notes and the underlined points from your books. It would take 7 days maximum, and for the further 7 days, try to solve the questions which has been asked in the final MBBS examination or in the internal assessments of your own college. Focus on that questions. Now, if you have not yet completed your syllabus, try to complete it within 10 days. And for the further 5 days, try to solve the questions. It doesn't mean that you have to write all the answers and the questions. You can just mark the answers from your books and have a reading. That will be enough for the whole concept. Some asked about the time of study, day or night. It depends on you. The time when you are comfortable and give the most productive study, that will be the best time for you. It may be 4 a.m. at the morning, or maybe 1 a.m. at night, or it may be 7 to 9 in the evening. So it's depend on you. Try to away from the social media and mobile phone during the best comfortable time where you can study a lot. Next is the implementation of your most non-productive time. It usually after the lunch when you feel so much dizzy and sleepy. Try to make that time to practicing the diagrams of anatomy or making the flowcharts or revising them. That would be the best. Or you can solve 5 to 10 daily MCQs at that time. Each day, after you feel that I have read a lot and completed my day attempt, then give yourself some reward. It would boost your mind for the next day for the better preparation. Like after completion of your reading, you can chat with your friends, call your friends and discuss some topics which you have read that day. You can use half an hour in playing games or serving more into the social medias.
Now come to the second part of our discussion, that is revision strategy. We all know how important revision is before any exam. I am going to talk about various revision strategies and their efficacies. There are a few techniques which are very popular among students but not very efficacious, like rereading, underlining, highlighting stuffs, and summarizing. Rereading is the student's number one choice in revision strategies, but unfortunately, it's not very beneficial. A number of studies have shown its lack of efficacy because rereading is sort of making one-way connection, and if we just go on making such neuronal connections without actively recalling the path, we would easily forget stuff. Next, highlighting. It is also a very popular technique but not very efficacious. We find pleasure in highlighting books in different colors, It's kinda helpful if you only highlight important words or phrases because it helps to skip the unnecessary words while reading the book for the second time. Also, you can use different color codes wisely, although evidence shows it's not very beneficial. So, what is the ultimate revision strategy that you should follow? It's active recall, a term popularized by two very handsome guys on internet, Ali Abdal and Anuj Pachel. Even before I came to know this fancy term active recall, I was using this technique for revision. So what are the various active recall techniques you can follow? Number 1, writing things. While revising after you have done your one reading, just close your book and try to write stuff down in a rough copy. This will help you to recall the path that you have just made, and connections will remain for a longer duration of time. You are allowed to make mistakes, but this will definitely help you. Number 2 is making mind maps. In this technique, what you can do is to make spider diagrams, or you can say flow diagrams, after reading a topic from the book. It helps you to link things and also actively recall what you have studied. Number 3 technique of active recall is practicing answer writing. It is important to write answers in the exam to the point and avoiding incorporating unnecessary stuffs. If you don't practice answer writing, it will be very tough for you to write answers in the exam directly. Practicing at home gives you an idea what to write and how to write in the exam according to the given marks. Number 4 method of active recall is teaching the topic to someone. Because if you have to teach someone, you have to first understand the concepts of your own. And teaching also gives you an enormous power to summarize concepts, which will help you in writing answers in exam. Here is a bonus topic for you, the 80-20 rule or Pareto principle. So what is this 80-20 rule? It's a general idea that says 80% of the result comes from 20% of your input. It also applies to so many other things like studying before exams. 80% of the marks are going to come from the 20% of contents that you read. You need to identify these 20% contents from the previous year's papers or the important topics that are taught in the class.
Some has asked me about the answer writing pattern. So don't focus much about how to write or how to decorate your exam sheet. And the copies will be checked in your college itself. So don't stress about these things. Try to cover the whole syllabus. Try to grasp the concepts. Try to write all the answer in your answer sheet. And for the pattern of writing, try to write in a flow diagram. Like if you are writing a metabolic charts, write the charts as a flow, and at the end just write 2 or 3 lines about some clinical aspects, like this enzyme deficiency causes this disease. Just that way. You have not write the whole reactions, all the reactions again. Just use the flowchart and then write the clinical aspect only. For short notes or any other question, try to start with the introductory note, then the characteristic features, and at last write the clinical importance of that topic. Just before writing any answer, just imagine yourself to be the examiner who have to check 100 plus of copies. So how to attract the examiner's view? Just think about it and then start writing. It would help you to just emphasize on the important points, not writing like the paragraph manner and just filling the pages after pages. Try to write in point wise manner and always give a clinical aspect. It would enhance your marks.
Now come to the next part of our discussion, that is stress management. Apart from all these strategies, what really matters is remaining stress-free during your preparation. We all have gone through this phase and we know you are more or less worried about your first sem preparation. Many of your syllabus has not been covered still and many of you are facing problems to remember things. It happens with everyone. And what you have to realize is taking stress will worsen the situation. You can't cover all of the syllabus. So stay cool and calm, don't overthink about the outcome, just try to read as much as you can effectively. Take deep breaths, drink a lot of water, and please stay safe because we are fighting with the pandemic too.
Being positive won't guarantee you will succeed, but being negative will guarantee you won't. You were born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win.